really there's no end in sight to when when that backlog will ever end, if ever.
If you or a loved one has a case before immigration court, you might be in the longest line the court has ever known.
Well, right now there are approximately 1.3 million cases pending in immigration court. That's a pretty significant increase from the number of cases that were pending just 4 years ago.
Immigration attorney Maurice Goldman says one reason has to do with the last presidential administration and the number of people arrested for violating immigration laws.
A higher level of enforcement under the Trump administration.
The pandemic presented a roadblock, but immigration court judge Samuel Cole, who spoke with us as a member of the National Association of Immigration Judges, says the delay's impact will extend well beyond.
And even outside the pandemic, the wait time or the years people are waiting is really pretty substantial. You might have a case heard or scheduled for sometime in 2023, 2024.
Goldman says this is in part because immigrants waiting on their trials are more willing to argue their case before the court.
So people are not as willing to just give up like they might have previously. They're going to actually have their day in court and be able to fight their case.
Maybe change of administration.
Cole describes a problem with how much money is put into the courts versus other aspects of immigration.
There really is a difference between how much money that has been allocated for immigration enforcement and how much money has been allocated for the immigration courts.
The reason? The U.S. immigration court system is not independent, like most other courts in the country.
And that's why you see the backlog has gone up. Frankly, the immigration courts just aren't a priority and have not been a priority.
Goldman tells his clients the courts will decide their fates, but someone else decides the fate of the courts.
No, they may be waiting for the Department of Justice to come down and give them directives on it.
The Executive Office of Judicial Review under the Department of Justice governs the immigration courts.
Judges used to be able to administratively close cases.
Cole says in the past, this would move cases along a lot quicker.
But that tool has been taken away over the past 4 years.
He stopped short, though, of laying the court's issues at the feet of the Trump administration.
The immigration courts have been used as a political tool, as a weapon for the immigration priorities of whatever administration is currently in office.
For Attorney Goldman, the current administration can fix things.
There is potential for Joe Biden to revert back to the pre-Trump policy of using more discretion as far as who to put in front of the immigration court and who to deport.
Going back to a court, he says, that prosecutes people who are actually a threat to the public.
Versus a mass majority of people who have either no criminal history or no very limited, low-level misdemeanors.
Cole says the immigration court system would better serve the public's interest as an independent court.
Many organizations have endorsed the idea of an independent immigration court.
Among them, he listed his own organization, NAIJ, the Federal Bar Association, and the American Bar Association. The court's authority, the EOIR, provided this statement on the current backlog. The Executive Office for Immigration Review's caseloads are tied directly to and fluctuate with Department of Homeland Security enforcement and detention activities. EOIR continues to manage its caseload as efficiently as possible and consistent with due process. Cole says the court's independence must be included in any major overhaul of the nation's immigration policy.
And it's not up to EOIR, it's up to Congress. This is only something that Congress can do by legislation, and we're very hopeful this would happen.
Rogelio Mares, KGUN 9, on your side.